So today we came from a very calm and successful therapy session. I was so happy. So today I decided I'll give him. I will not be. I will not guide him to see if he'll be able to go on his own and identify where we parked our car. So I gave him his water bottle. As you can see, he went. I was so happy. He carried the water bottle. He didn't even throw it away. Something that he used to do before. He would actually throw it away and run. But today he was so calm. He walked. He was there walking with my cousin. No one was guiding him. He was carrying his bottle along, and we were actually heading to where we parked our car. As you can see, he's walking majestically. He didn't run away. He didn't throw away his bottle, and he knows actually where we are going. You can see he's going to where we parked our car. He went there on his own. As you can see, he's heading. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is me, Yarnopi Menyan. Today I want to start by thanking my friends who have been sharing my videos with the other friends. They've shared them in the other social media platforms. I really do appreciate that one, guys. Because my main aim of actually opening this channel was to create awareness about autism. So for those who are helping me in getting awareness, thank you so much. I do really appreciate. The other group is a group that is has been sending me a lot of articles on autism. Thank you so much. I've been reading them and I've incorporated them in what I've already in what I know and what I've learned from the therapist and the doctors in handling my son. So thank you so much and God bless you. So today we talk about autism and meltdowns. Meltdowns are actually one of those draining aspects of autism. They're hard to deal with because sometimes, most of the time, we do not know why our children are having those meltdowns. Because, like for those ones who cannot speak, those ones who are nonverbal, they will just be throwing tantrums. They will just be showing all the meltdowns, but you really don't know why they're feeling like that, and they can't even speak it. So that is why it's very draining. And sometimes when trying to calm them down, it takes so much from you. So I would start by saying that meltdowns are basically when your child loses control over his behavior and feelings. And once they start to lose the control, they will start behaving in a way that is a bit stressful, that is a bit disturbing, because some of them, like the nonverbal ones, like my son, he would pace up and down in the room. He would throw things all over the place. He would even hit himself. Sometimes he does hit himself. He will uh, he will rock back and forth. You see him jumping back and forth. And sometimes, if you're not careful as a caregiver, the child could even hurt himself or herself. So that's it. That is where you need to know, like an onset of meltdown. Sometimes they do show. Like mine, I would know when he's about to have a meltdown because you just see him now. Either he's moving very fast or he will produce very funny noises. So I would know there's the likelihood of a meltdown occurring. So if that one happens now, you should be able to give you time to move them to a safer place where you're able to control them, because it's worse when it happens in an outside setup, because sometimes they could run, like my child when he's having those meltdowns, he can just be running. And imagine if it is in an open place or where you're not in control, it can really be dangerous. So those are all about meltdowns, and I've shown you how it happens or what they do when they're about to have meltdowns. So what causes the meltdowns? Meltdowns, you are told, and from my experience with my child, they're actually caused by sensory issues, the sensory process. You see, these are autistic children. They're very sensitive. They're very sensitive to taste, to light, to sounds. because they get to hear a lot. So any noise in the environment could just destabilize them, could just disturb them, and then it sets them off, and that one could trigger a meltdown. They're also very sensitive to heat. They're sensitive to light. They're sensitive to touch, to taste, and some of them are even oversensitive, even to the clothes that they put on. Because like my child, like my son, he can't put on any silky clothes or anything that feels funny on his skin. He will refuse. He will just remove the clothes, and if you force him to put it on him by force, he will start meltdowns immediately. He will immediately go into tantrums, into throwing tantrums. So sometimes, like, or sometimes there's some clothes that come with a tag, like behind here. If you can see, most of the clothes they have some tags or behind there. So me, in most cases, when I buy for him new clothes, I just remove them because I know that one will just disturb him the whole day, and it will just stress him up. So the best thing, I'll just remove it out and throw it away. Or if worse come to us, we'll put on his clothes upside down. We'll turn it outside, so that nothing is ever get to touch him. Because even sometimes, even the threading, the inside, the hem from inside, sometimes when they touch him, it can be a problem. It can make him um, cry a lot and start meltdowns immediately. Sometimes also, what I do with him, like right now, I only buy for him cotton clothes. At least he has no issues with that. Any other texture that he doesn't like, he will remove those things and he might walk naked. So sometimes it's good to know what are the things that will make them go into meltdown. Because once you know, then it will be better for you to stop it. So and then sometimes they do that because maybe they can't express themselves, so they end up throwing tantrums. And also a lot of times also when we change routine for them, like right now, there's no way I will start. Like the first thing, we have a routine on how we do things here in the house. The moment I change anything, and basically, even right now, myself, my life now is just revolve around him. The diet that we eat, the way the house has been kept, it's all about him. Because the moment you change things, that one will set him off. So we need to stick to a routine. Just look in the beginning. By the way, for you to settle, takes you a lot of uh, it takes you a lot of time. It takes so much energy from you to settle him. But once you settle, stick to that routine. Once you stick to the routine, you will minimize a lot of you'll end up minimizing meltdowns in your house, and you have a lot of peace. I've experienced it. It has worked for me. And even right now, most of my friends, when they visit me, they always wonder how did your son become so calm suddenly? Because I stick to routine. But the moment I change just one thing like this, it will set him off, and we all be under stress. So the best thing, stick to whatever routine that you have set up in that house. So, but meltdowns with autism, that there, they do happen. So, how to handle it when it happens? The best way to handle a child that is having meltdowns, because sometimes they can harm themselves. Like my son, I always move him to a safe room, and I remove everything from the environment so that he's able to move up and down until he's calm. Because if he moves up and down, he doesn't stand still, or he will throw things. So I will remove anything that I can see is of danger to him. Then I will sit down and watch him. Number two thing, that is the time that I really get to pray a lot. I ask God to strengthen me and to also calm him down. And by the way, guys, it works. Sometimes I just cry out. I just cry my heart out to God. And because I'm a Christian, and every time I do that, I just see my child becoming calm, and the peace is restored back to him. And I praise God, and I become happy at the end of the day. The other thing that I do, because my child, he loves hugs, so I'll give him a lot of tight hugs, and that one automatically it's calm him down. Sometimes it works, at times it doesn't work. So when it works, I thank God and I stick to that. I give him my hugs. I give him the tight hugs, as many as I can, and then after that he'll become calm. Once he's calm, I'm also okay because I wouldn't want to see him having those meltdowns. So you try, and then also he also loves massages. So I'll do a lot of massage on him, on his legs, on his hair, on his chest. I will try. I do that most of the time. And sometimes if I see that I'm not able to do it, maybe when he's too irritated, sometimes when he's too annoyed, so I will also ask. We'll do it, me and my cousin. Like one person will be massaging the legs, me then I'll be massaging his head, and then with time he will become calm naturally. And once he's calm like that, then we are all at peace. Because guys, you wouldn't want. I know for every mother out there, even for a regular child, sometimes they do throw. Oh my god, they do throw tantrums. But it's easier with a child that you can communicate with and make them understand and make them stop. But with an autistic child, it's harder because you can't just tell them to stop it and they stop. There's a way that you have to go around it. So this is what I have for today. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next in my next video.